4 years later, this man is back in the building in mixed martial arts. Sage Northcutt, Super Sage in the house. May 5th, one championship, fight night 10, Broomfield, Colorado, the debut in the U.S. for the one championship. It's a big night, Sage, but I said it right there off the top, man. Fans have been waiting to see what your next move is. Here it is. How you feeling entering this one?
Man, you just said it. I'm feeling great. You're right. It's been like a little over 3.5 years. Going to be fighting May 5th. One championship's first card in the U.S. Kicking that off, you got Demetrius Johnson as the headliner, and then I believe there's only 2 fights announced as of now. Demetrius's fight for the main event, and then my fight versus Ahmed Mutaba. So I'm pumped. I heard there's going to be some really interesting stuff. There's going to be possibly 4 different styles of martial arts. You got MMA, kickboxing, Muay Thai, and submission grappling. And I'm just teasing about it, but I'm not 100% positive, but I've been hearing this. So
all right. We know we get a good variety of different kinds of great action there for one championship. I know I've been waiting for that U.S. debut for a long time, and that's certainly a big part of this. But, you know, the human interest part of it certainly is about your recovery and your time off. And I know you had scheduled to come back earlier than this, but had some physical setbacks. First and foremost here, Sage, you've always been one of the most real interviews in terms of, you know, polite, upfront, honest. You tell it like you feel it. How hard is that mental journey, especially, you know, look, this COVID season was enough on a lot of us mentally, but when you have to deal with the frustration of injuries and people questioning if you'll ever fight again, how did you get through that?
No, you're right. Yeah. So coming out of my last fight, obviously there was some frustration because taking a loss and how it happened, of course you're frustrated. And like you said, time to heal up. I think it was like a little bit over a year of me just healing up, making sure that I'm 100% feeling better. And then I got back into training super hard. I was actually scheduled to have a fight, like you were saying, scheduled to have a fight versus Shinya Aoki. And I believe just 2 weeks before I was supposed to fly out overseas for the fight, I caught COVID, unfortunately. And I tried training through it, tried training around it because I really wanted to have that fight. And I ran myself down and got super sick and I got a blood clot because I had to, after getting super sick, I had to sit around doing nothing. And I think for me being so active, just sitting around for several days and like not doing anything whatsoever, just laying in bed, really, really got me. And after that, it was like, give you a rundown of what happened. After that, it was like 6 months of me getting checked up, blood work, making sure that everything's all good. And that, yep. So it was a little bit of time, but since then I've been training hardcore. I was down in Texas. I was training at 10th Planet, with Gabe as one of the instructors. Kyle Bowen was out there, Andrew Craig. Then up here at Team Alpha Male in Sacramento, California, with Jariah Faber, a whole team of great coaches, great training partners. And I've been training my butt off. So I'm excited for it.
Well, let's answer the questions of because, you know, when you took a loss that has an injury attached to it, which you had back in 2019 there, the opponent, of course, Cosmo Alexandre, there were people questioning if you'd legitimately ever fight again. That doesn't necessarily mean you were having those same questions. What was it like mentally for you? Did you always think no matter what you have to go through recovery wise, that you'd be back here?
Well, you know, I mean, after the fight, like I was saying, I had a year, pretty much a little bit over a year just to recover and stuff. So then getting back into it since then, I've been looking forward to fighting. Actually, since the day pretty much after my first fight was won, I've been looking forward to it. I've also been looking forward to it for the reason of one championship signed me, and I really wanted to showcase what I'm capable of. So before signing with one championship, I was coming off of a 3-fight win streak. And before that, I was studying in school to be a petroleum engineer. So my amount of training that I had, it was divided between school and training. Then my last 3 fights with the UFC, I was training full time at Team Alpha Male, and I really made a lot of improvements. I signed with one championship, and unfortunately, the first fight wasn't what I would have liked. But I'm really itching forward to looking to show what I'm capable of and all those improvements that I've made, and that's what I'm looking forward to.
Well, you're still just 26 years old. You have a, you have the world in front of you in terms of your future. What have you been working on specifically? Is it just rounding out the whole game, staying fresh, or did you use this extended time away to really, pick up new skills, or what was it like for you?
Yeah, I'm always trying to improve and pick up new skills. That's for sure. Staying sharp. I'm always training. You can tell, like, physique wise, looking online, I'm always in shape. I'm always eating super clean. I'm always training. So that's never an issue. And as for my game, I'm trying to improve every little aspect of my game. Hasn't been too much focus on just one specific area, but a little bit of everything. And like I was saying, I feel like my last fight was one I really didn't get to show what I'm capable of, and I'm really excited to hopefully get to show everything I'm capable of out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, look, tying into the One Championships making their US debut, this feels big, tying you into that, because you were one of the big time free agents when one made that giant announcement with Demetrius Johnson, with Eddie Alvarez, as like, okay, one's making some moves, especially in the face of North American fans. It just so happens we had the injuries, the setbacks, but for you then to make your second appearance on this long awaited US debut, does it have extra meaning for you from that standpoint that, like, you represent a big acquisition still for this promotion?
100%. This is something I've been looking forward to, actually. And so One Championship's been in the talks for a while about coming to the US. And I know when COVID stuff happened, it kind of threw things for a swing and slowed down that, but I've been looking forward to fighting in the US. It's something that I've been kind of waiting for. And to have the first fight, my first fight back, and One Championship's first card in the US, Denver, Colorado, that's going to be fantastic. And like you said, Demetrius Johnson being the main event, I believe there's only 2 fights announced, the main event and then my fight. And I know tickets are selling out super fast, because I went to check online. I had some friends buying tickets, and they're like, man, it's hard to get, it's going to be getting hard to get tickets because they're selling out really quick. But so when they get more fights announced, it's going to be phenomenal, because I think the whole card is going to be stacked with exciting fights.
How have you adjusted your career goals now that the 3.5-year layoff is off? You're starting in this first fight. You're not looking past your opponent. Of course, you got Ahmed Mutaba in front of you. How often do you want to fight? Are you chasing world titles? What is it going through, in your mind in terms of what you see the future to be?
So my goals haven't changed. Having this fight back, I want to be able to fight this year, 2023. I want to have several fights. So if I could have 3 fights this year, that'd be like something I'm looking forward to trying to do. I want to be super active. I used to fight so much all the time, so that's something I would like to do for sure. Goals have not changed. Fighting in the US is going to be awesome, and I still have the same mindset for it.
And what is that mindset? Is it that same pure dream to prove you're the best in the world in your weight class?
Yeah, what I want to do is be able to become a multiple sport champion. That's what I really like to be able to do. I know right now I'm focused on this MMA fight coming back versus Ahmed. That's what I got all my focus on at this moment. But in the future, I would like to be able to compete in different styles of martial arts and try to become a several sport champion. I think that would be something super exciting, and I believe I can do it. So,
when you look in hindsight, and I don't peg you as a guy who, like, goes on Twitter and looks at all the narratives about you. What is that journalist saying? What is that fan saying? You seem to be a guy who's focused. You don't need that noise. But when you hear people say, hey man, Sage has so much talent, maybe he got to the big time too soon, too young. Is there any truth in that? Or would you not change a thing?
Well, I was already fighting with a great promotion before One Championship. And obviously my first fight was one. I fought a super talented fighter. There's also a very large weight class. And I kind of had to learn. It was my first time doing hydration test. And looking back now, that's too big of a weight class for me. I walk around, like right now, I'm like 175-ish, maybe uppers 170s. And I'm be fighting between 155 to 170 lightweight. So like I had a learning experience from that. And I think the fight could have gone totally different. There were some mistakes that I made, and it was a different environment for me also. Used to training and fighting in a cage, and getting out there in a boxing ring was something totally different for me. And even in the corner of the boxing ring, it was just one little mistake, one little glance with your eyes, one little move just a little bit too slow could obviously cost you a fight like it did. So for me, I just had a learning experience, and I'm excited to show what I'm capable of.
How do you think you've grown personally in the last few years? I saw that you got married. Congratulations to you. What has that journey been like? Because you've always been a guy who's had a lot going on. You're not just MMA fighter. You've been big in the fitness world. You've had so many training in different variations of martial arts. How has this journey been for you personally?
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I got married over the last few years. So that's something super exciting. My wife, she's super talented actress, voiceover artist, and I mean, now what's crazy is that I've grown over the last few years, but I'm still only 26 years old. That's it. I'm still so young. So like when I look back, even right now being 26, I have a whole career ahead of me. So that's really, for me, I'm looking forward to having a ton of fights, a long career, and really all the hard work that I've been putting in over these last several years. I'm really looking forward to getting to put that to use.
Well, look, we see you on social media a lot with your shirt off, and you can flaunt the hard work and the years you've put in to get to where you are, and congratulations on that. But let's talk about something here. I don't know if you're aware of the great Hall of Fame boxer and promoter now, Oscar De La Hoya, but he's been doing the same thing. Shirtless pics on the Instagram. He's turning 50 in a couple weeks. And again, congratulations, Oscar, on the fitness. But he readily admits he has not fake abs, but they lipo out the fat around the abs. So now his abs are just jumping through the screen. Sage, is that cheating?
Oh, man. I mean, how old is he? You say he's 50?
49. Yeah, almost 50.
Man, so I mean, he's a totally different age group, I mean, I don't know. If you look back, like I've been an athlete, training my whole life. I'm sure he's boxed his whole life. I don't keep up too much of what he's doing right now, but I mean, nothing beats hard work, hard work and dieting, eating clean. If you're able to work it off like that, that's the way to go. That's for sure. But yeah, I didn't know that. Is that what he got? So he did get liposuction.
Yeah, he says the ab muscles were always there because obviously he trains regularly, even though he's retired. But he claims it just shows it now. Hey, man, to each his own in that regard. But Sage, have you ever got into the modeling world? I don't know if I read that in your backstory.
You know what? Growing up as a kid, I did a little bit for different sporting companies and stuff like that. But something that I really wanted to do. I would like to do that if I had the right connections for it. That's something that I would love to do. I'm always walking around in shape too, even if it was like Calvin Klein or Abercrombie or something. That'd be cool.
Proof of concept right there. I remember around the time that the second Creed movie was going to be filmed that you were throwing your hat into the ring, and I was upset they didn't pick you, man, because you could have been the young Drago. Did you ever have conversations? Did it get close?
Oh man, I submitted a tape for that. There was some stuff going on behind the scenes, I think, trying to get some stuff figured out, but I don't know the whole situation for that. I do look a lot like Ivan Drago, Dolph Lundgren, a lot of similar facial features, similar build. So that would have been cool, but you know what? That was just one movie. So there's something that could happen in the future.
There you go. Wow. Do you ever get cage time at Mr. Faber's gym with one Jean-Claude Van Damme?
No, what's crazy is the one time that I was actually out of town, I think he came down. He was doing stuff with Cody Garbrandt and some different teammates, but I missed it.
Look, you're a bit younger than guys my age, so when I think of my action movie heroes, I'm like, man, Seagal, right? Schwarzenegger. Who's your action movie hero?
That is a good question. It always changes. There's someone named Tony Jaa. Have you heard of Tony Jaa?
No, I don't think I know. I think
his name's Tony Jaa. He's got incredible martial arts. Really exciting to watch. So, but it always changes on what's going on right now. Like back in the day, I used to watch a lot of Bruce Lee, a lot of Jet Li, and Tony Jaa is also really good.
I even like the crappy ones on cable where like Billy Blanks is a janitor in a school and somebody messes with a kid and he's got a clean house. I'd like to see you in one of those roles one day, Sage. I think you could pull it off. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Sage, as we head into this return, May 5th, excuse me, Broomfield, Colorado, one fight night 10, but it's the one championship debut in the US. You have Ahmed Mutaba in front of you. What do you want to prove? What do you want to teach, show? What's going to happen here?
You know what? I never make any fight predictions. It's just not my personality. But I know, speaking of Ahmed, I know his last 2 fights, 1 championship. He's improved. He's improved a lot. And I saw he had a solid knockout. His last fight, he was going against a black belt in jiu-jitsu, I believe, a pretty decorated jiu-jitsu player, and got a unique submission that he had. So definitely looking forward to, like I was saying earlier, kind of going out there and showing what all my hard work, all my training that I've had over these last several years, getting to put that out there and show what I'm capable of. Trying to make one championship proud and what they signed. I would like to show what I'm capable of. So that's kind of what I'm shooting for.
Well, I know we're going to be tuned in. We can't wait to check it out. May 5th, one fight night 10. It's Super Sage Northcutt. Sage, always a pleasure to chat with you, man. Great to hear that you're as hungry as ever and you're ready to go May 5th.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And hey, if anybody wants tickets, I know AXS TV or AXS, they have tickets in stage front VIP. So if you can't get tickets, you can't make it to Denver, Colorado, I know you can watch it on Amazon Prime. I think 5 p.m. Pacific time. So Friday, May 5th, it's going to be good.
Thank you so much, Sage. Best of luck to you.
Oh yeah, you got it. All right, thanks.